In episode 4 of Road to Pro Show, Matt listens to his body.
I listen to my body.
Matt says he's going to deadlift 250 kilos for reps.
But I'm going to deadlift 250 kilos today for reps.
Pussy boy in there loses count and he deadlifts 240 kilos for reps. Starring IFBB Pro Matthew Archid as an infested, sick, anabolic male. Matrix Media as the comedic relief. And Tom's client, Kaj, who was the only man who trained hard of the day.
Strength through adversity, Mitchell. Strength through adversity. The adversity is my allergies in my head cold today. I sound like I'm, I don't know, train cold. Definitely feeling a shit ton better than I was yesterday. Yesterday was a big moment for me. I listened to my body.
Stop the cap.
I don't often listen to my body, but I listened to my body and we decided that I wasn't going to train because I was feeling a bit shitty, a bit under the weather. And I said, you know what? I would go home and have a nap. And I did. That's what I did instead of train. And I think that's important. I think it's important to listen to your body. So we're going to train some hamstrings today, hamstring focused leg day. So compound, we're going to pull from the floor. So we're going to RDL, see how the body feels doing that. I think I pulled 5 plates aside for 10 last week. So we'll gauge that number. Hamstring curls, some adductor work, a little bit of accessory quad work, just an all over quad movement. I think we might do a leg press. And then we're just going to get after it, have some fun, talk some shit along the way, maybe drop a few knowledge bombs whilst at it. Oh, the Pink Gang. What do you think? Pink Gang's coming back. I'm gonna bring it back. On Wednesdays we wear pink, and on Wednesdays we are part of Pink Gang. Caffeine's going in. It's clearing me up. I'm becoming decongested. What's the fucking worst thing that can happen, right?
A few moments later.
These eyes have seen some things, bro. These eyes have seen 80 kilo dumbbells pressed. These eyes have seen 300 kilos pulled from the floor. These eyes have seen... You miss one day of training and like glycogen stores just get depleted to within an inch of your life and you just feel like a string bean. Fucking, how you going?
I haven't trained in like 2 weeks.
You haven't?
No. Fuck, I'm like an all or nothing kind of person.
It looks like it. Nah, that's not right. You can't say that. If you're on PS5, you're in a Warzone or 2K, hit me up. There's gonna be a bit of it going down. I'm actually so proud of my gamer tag because it's actually fucking dope. It's called, my gamer tag is LeBron Games. I mean, that's not genius, because it's like a play on words, guys, if you don't know.
Dude, should I change mine to Elon Musk?
That's hilarious. LeBron Games. No, so LeBron Games was all well and good until I was in a Warzone lobby. People started calling me names. No, serious chats for a second. So like looking at my stage shots from last year, because I was so depleted and like I had to basically atrophy weight. Like my quads were dominant on stage, which is crazy. So my quads are dominant when I'm peeled, but when I'm in my off season, my quads look horrible. So it's an interesting thought process. Like I've been trying so hard to bring up my back, my chest and my arms this year to match like my delts and my quads on stage. And now when I take photos in the off season, my quad, I look like I might put board shorts back on. Like in all seriousness. But maybe we'll just give them a little bit of a rinse today. Make me feel a little bit better about it. Diet right. Hashtag sponsored. Make me like Mike. This is showing my age a little bit now. I once recorded Remember the Titan off the TV on a VHS, how old I am. And I rewatched it so many times that I knew what commercials were coming up next. That I watched the replay of the VHS of Remember the Titans that many times. What a fucking good movie, based on a true story. I'm old, I get it, I'm fucking old. I see way too many people bounce this movement. 1 second in the stretch position, 1 second in the contraction position. Slow, stretch, squeeze. Slow, stretch, squeeze. Oh, so much better. So much better. Hamstring curls. You when you're like kind of congested and like it feels like your head is like, that's what I feel like right now. Like I'm sure it's fine. What's the worst that can happen? No, this just reminds me of like what you use to suck mucus out of a child's nose when they're born. Do as I say, not as I do. You're lying if you were born before the year like 1998 and haven't tried to turn Super Saiyan at least once in your life, you're lying. Everyone's tried. Everyone's tried to use the Force. Everyone's tried to turn Super Saiyan. Everyone has tried to shoot webs from their wrist. Everyone, right? Let's see how some RDLs feel. How do I warm up? 1 plate, 2 plates, 3 plates, 4 plates, 5 plates. So I'll probably do like 1 plate, 10 reps, 2 plates, 8 reps, 3 plates, 6 reps. What am I up to? 4 plates, like 3 or 4 reps. Then 5 plates, working set, I think. I don't know if that made any sense, but that's where we're at. Once I've got tunnel vision, there's literally nothing that can stop me from accomplishing whatever I want to accomplish. Deadlifts are definitely probably the most density building back movement I think you can probably do. If you just did deadlifts and pull-ups and not another back movement, I think you could develop a very impressive back just from doing that. Pull-ups and deadlifts are the 2 most important things that people aren't doing for their back. It's interesting, like back's one of those muscle groups that like you can sacrifice form for load and tension a little bit. But then, what was it, 2 days ago I trained back and like my forearms been giving me a little bit of grief, so grip strength's kind of gone out the window a little bit. So like backed off all the load and really shifted focus to time under tension and contraction a little bit more. Like lots of holds, lots of squeezes, lots of different ranges of motion, things like that. And like the load that I moved across the day was like half of what I would normally move on a back day. But I actually got a really good response from it. And like some really good like delayed onset of muscle soreness. Maybe it's just from a different style of training, which just proves that you shouldn't really get married to one sort of style or one sort of specific programming. Go up. So I might do 5.5 for like 6 this week, I think. Yeah, that feels. I try not to rely on straps and belts and accessories and support, so I'll kind of do like 1 or 2 feeder sets without and throw some wrist straps on. I probably won't put a belt on until it's like my last feeder set before my top set, just to acclimatize to wearing one. It's not so much for support or anything rather than just peace of mind and having something mentally reminding me to control my core and brace. So I definitely won't use a belt for here, and then I'll use it for like the next set. But you'll see, we're still pulling into our diaphragm and keeping that core nice and tight. I mean, I've always kind of been relatively genetically blessed from a core standpoint, but I feel a lot of my strength training early on in my life, and for fear of beating a dead horse, like a lot of the core training and plyometric training that I used from basketball, sport specific, was really good for my core. So it's given me the strength of having the ability to have a really good strong core and a good midsection, because I'm able to brace myself for really strong lifts and shit like that. Get strong and worry about everything else later. I'm not mad about that. That was heavy. Everyone's really focused on pedantics. Everyone's like, all the social media right now, especially with back training. I feel like it's more with back training, is that everything's like cuffs and rows and single arm pulls and insertions, and fucking no one wants to just lift heavy weight anymore. And that's how all the physiques are built, moving fucking load. And no one wants to do it. Everyone wants to do the fancy, artsy, single arm, pronated rotation pull. And no one wants to just load up a barbell and put some fucking weight on it and pick it off the floor. I think the jury's still kind of out on like reps in reserve training or training to failure or past failure. Like I never really understood the whole premise of training with reps in reserve. Like, why? Why would you do that? I don't know. And obviously, depending on your food and your recovery and supplementation, like the body can only handle so much stress. So if you're going to train to failure or past failure every session, then you've got to think about your total volume. You've got to think about recovery principles. You've got to think about how you're going to overcome that and continue to make improvements. That's where a coach should come into play. You're leaving so much on the shelf. You're leaving so much possibility for growth by not maximizing your returns on training and recovery. I'm just procrastinating having to unload all these plates. That sucked. Session's going downhill real quickly. I definitely prefer prepping through the winter. It's something that's just like, this is probably pretty lame, but it's something a little bit more hardcore about prepping in the winter, like getting up and doing cardio in the cold, rather than like going for a walk in the summer evening. You know, your body actually burns more fat when it's cold than it does when it's warm. A lot of people think that you burn more fat in the summer because you're hot and you're sweating and you're perspiring and whatever, but you actually, like, your body regulates thermogenesis a little bit more when you're colder. So it takes more calories to keep your body warm, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's just something a little bit more hardcore about prepping through the winter. I'd definitely be down for that. And then you prep through the winter, compete, and then you shred it for summer. It's a win-win, really. Where's the nearest, like, paper towel station? Over there, by the hamstring curl. That's where we're going anyway. I very rarely get anxious when I train heavy, because I don't usually do anything that's like too far out of my range of strength, 80 kilo dumbbells notwithstanding. But like, everything that I usually move from a weight standpoint is not overly excessive for my strength capabilities anyway. It's more or less like a nervous excitement before I lift anything heavy. I just want to get strong as fuck again. Like peak strength. Everything just moves smooth. Maximal contraction. It's the dream. Lift heavy weight correctly. See maximal gains. Pro tip number 47. Squeeze your glutes before doing a hamstring curl. I assure you, Maximal contraction. Squeeze glutes. Another one. It's not bad. You don't get a full stretch, but you get a full contraction. If that makes sense. So you can't go like all the way underneath, but you get like a really good lockout. Just miring someone else on the pendulum right now. That's lovely. Might go up. That looked way too easy. Pretty light, he says. 3.5 plates, pretty light, he says. Another one. That's heavier. It's amazing how that works. Let's go. More. 2 more. Deep breath. Brace. Easy. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Single leg press, alternating back and forth. And then I think we'll do some calves because I train abs, I don't train calves, and I don't train delts, and they're probably my 3 best body parts. So I might just stop training everything altogether and then just hope that it follows suit. Tempo, Mitchell, tempo. I am toast. Toast. Do you remember when you used to cooking like crumpets or something? So you have the toaster setting like all the way up, and then you put raisin toast in it and you leave it on like the high setting, and the raisin toast gets burnt to a fucking crisp. That's me right now. I'm not afraid of heights because I might fall. I'm afraid of heights because I might jump. Mic'd up at my own funeral. Mic'd up casket. I'm just saying that there are plenty of wrong ways to train. I don't like to use the words right and wrong. I like to use the words efficient and inefficient. And I see a lot of inefficient calf raises in the gym. A lot. That's it. I am rotisserie cooked. But we did it, we're in, we're out, we got it done. Thanks for coming, see you later. Thank your mother for the rabbits. All things considered, I could hardly get out of bed this morning, yet I still managed to RDL 240 for reps, that's fine. Do you want to get out of here? Let's get out of here. That's it, it's done, it's a wrap. Is it weird that I feel better now than I did beforehand? That's a session, done. Wasn't amazing, wasn't perfect, but we hit the numbers, we got done what we need to do. Probably shouldn't train when you're feeling under the weather, but do as I say, not as I do. We got some shit that we need to accomplish, and we managed to get it accomplished today. That's all that matters. That's it, that's all I got for you. That's another installment, another week closer, ticking all the boxes. Get some food in now, get some recovery done. Like, subscribe, click the bell notification, do all that shit. We're gonna go home. Mitch is gonna edit this. And then we'll see you all next week.